Hey everyone, welcome to day 12 of 100 days of AWS, and in today's video I will talk about storage. Now this video is related to the two types of storage which is famous in AWS, that is S3 and EBS, and I will give you a brief introduction about these two services. But before that, let us understand the checklist. So today we are going to understand what storage is. We are going to check what are the types of the storage available. We are going to create an S3 bucket and attach it, and then we are going to create an EBS volume, that is a block storage, and attach it to our Lightsail instance. Storage is the process of storing digital data for future use. Now, we understand that there are two types of storage, that is primary and secondary. So the primary storage is RAM, that is random access memory, and the secondary storage is for long-term access, and it is also called the permanent storage, where you can have files stored for a longer duration of time. Now you have hard disks, solid state drives, CDs, DVDs, flash drive, magnetic tapes, and we will see how you can use similar type of resources in AWS. Now storage is of three types specifically: block storage, object storage, and file storage. Now block storage is where you have fixed size of blocks, and it is very useful in form of databases, virtual machines, and other applications which require lower latency. The second is object storage, where you can store your data as objects. You can access these objects using different protocols. And it's very useful to store unstructured data such as images, media, and files. And the third is file storage, where you can attach a network file server or network file system and server message blocks. So this is usually, when in your home office you attach a file server, then it is kind of a network file storage. Now this is the key difference between block storage and object storage. Now EBS, or Amazon Elastic Block Store, is kind of a block storage, and Amazon Simple Storage Service, or S3, is kind of an object storage. And in today's video, we will see how you can attach an S3 bucket and an EBS volume with your instance. So I'm inside my Lightsail console, and I will go to storage. Now I will create a S3 bucket first, and you can say this is the cost. I'll just create this S3 bucket. 5 GB storage and 25 GB of data transfer is free, and then it's only $1 per month. So it's very cheap for 5 GB storage. In fact, you can use it to store your, I would say, your photographs as well, and it would be cheaper than whatever plans that you have for Google Photos and all. Now, if we go to objects, you will see this is currently empty. You have a tab called permissions, and our task is to attach it to our WordPress instance. Now, the first option is all objects are private, which does not suit our, I would say, objective. Our target is that all our images, files, etc. that we upload are served from the S3 bucket, so that we don't store it in our server, and we can use multiple servers, right, for our WordPress instance, and we don't need to copy media in all these servers. So media can be stored in a different location. So I'll click on change permission, and I will click on individual objects can be made public and read only. So this means that you can specify which objects are public and read only and which objects are not. The third one is all objects are public and read only. So I would recommend that you keep it in the second configuration. All right. So this is done. It will give you a warning, and then you can click on it. Then you have to attach the instance and select the instance that you want to attach it to. I'm using this LAMP PHP 8.1, and now I will go into my WordPress website, and inside this I will create a plugin called WP Offload Media Lite. So you have to search WP Offload Media, click on add new, and search for WP Offload Media, and once you click, you can install this plugin. I've already installed it, so I will show you the configuration. So go to settings and click on WP Offload Media. So you would see a screen like this. Now click on save and continue. Now you can either create a new bucket or use an existing bucket. We have already attached, so you can click on use existing bucket. And now I will click on browse existing buckets and select the bucket that I have created. Click on save selected bucket. Now keep this setting as is. You don't need to block all public access or object ownership. Keep bucket security as is. The most important setting is delivery setting, where you have to force HTTPS. Now this is fine. You can see this is the URL preview for whatever media that you upload. It would be in this bucket in the AP South 1. This would be the prefix of the directory, WP content upload. There would be year and month, and then the version and the file name. All right, sounds good. Now we are going to create a new post, and then we are going to add a title, sample S3 delivery, and we are going to attach images. So let me attach image, right? And I will upload these. This is one of the image, and I will click on publish. You can click on view post, and when I click on view post, you can see if I open image in new tab, this is served from the S3 bucket. It is being served from the S3 bucket. If we go to inside our S3 bucket, and we see we have WP content folder, uploads, this, and then you have the version and you have the screenshot. All right, sounds good. Now let me change the permission, and I will change it to all objects are private and save it. This means after some time you won't be able to access this permission. If you click on refresh, all right, this is access denied. Works well, and you can manage your configuration when you want to give an access to this bucket or when you don't. So this was how you can attach your S3 bucket. Now there are some advanced you can say usage as well. For example, you can check the metrics, how much of the storage you have used from you can say the current storage to plan size of 5 GB. You can also create some alarms that if it is around 90%, you can get an alarm. Then you have versioning. Like versioning is, I will give you an analogy. For example, if you're writing something on your Word document and you, I would say, wrote something incorrect or deleted something incorrectly, you can just press Ctrl Z and it will revert it. So this means your Word document is saving a version of the previous document as well. So what you are editing, it's just recording that, right? Similarly, in case of object versioning, if you upload another copy of the same file, it will, rather than overwriting, it will save the previous copy as well, so that you can revert to that version. And if you accidentally delete some file as well, that deleted file will also be stored so that you can recover it. So this is very important. If you are working with the production level data, you should always enable versioning. Then you have access logging. So access logging is a feature where you can check who is trying to access the resources that you have, and it will log it into the access logs. So whatever file that you are serving, a log would be created in case of your access log. It is very helpful if you are tracking some downloads or if you are tracking some usage and you want to verify that the usage is correct. You should also enable access logging. So this is how you can attach a bucket. All right. I will go to storage now again, and I will create a disk. So this is a disk, and I can select anything like 8 GB, and you can write disk ext just to showcase that this is an external disk, and I will create a disk. So this is a, you can say, EBS volume, which is, we have set an external disk, and you need to mount it, right? So disk path will be dev x VDF. You can customize it. It can be anything. You can choose it from here, and you can attach. Now I have attached this disk, but I haven't mounted it, and I will show you how to mount this disk. All right, so I will go into my terminal, and if you do this command lsblk, you can check that you have xvdf, which is the new disk that I have attached, and it is showing the 8 GB. That is the size of my volume, and I can just do sudo file as dev xvdf, which would show me that it's data. Now I need to just type this command sudo mkfs -t xt4 dev xvdf, which is essentially formatting this drive as ext4. Now once the formatting is done, I can mount this to my desired location by typing the command sudo mount and the volume that I want to mount to the path where I'm going to mount it. So I'm going to mount it at media, and if I check media, I will see there's a lost and found folder created, and I can create any file in it. If you want to have this drive auto mounted next time you boot up, you can add it to the FS tab. So first of all, I will back up my FS tab config, and then I can just edit this FS tab details to include my newly added volume. So I would be mounting the volume, that is dev xv df, to the path media, and I will specify the format and that it should be automatically mounted next time I boot my system. So this is done. So I will just try to create a file here inside my newly mounted volume, but as you see, I will have a permission denied. So I can try it with sudo, but that would not be feasible. So I can change the permission here to match it with the user, that is Bitnami. So I can change the ownership of media, and the username is Bitnami and the group would be Bitnami for /media. And if you see here, now the permission is changed and I can create file without using sudo now. So you can follow this step to mount your. So I can see I can create a file without using sudo here now, and you can follow this step to mount your drive and assign permission so that your normal user can write into it. And if you enjoyed this video, if you understood how to attach your S3 bucket or your disk, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so that you can be notified for the new videos that I'm uploading in this series of 100 days of AWS. Bye for now and have a good day. See you tomorrow.